The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s, South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net. 21st Precinct, aka 21st Precinct and 21st Precinct, was a police drama broadcast on CBS Radio from July 7, 1953, to July 26, 1956. It was initially a summer replacement for My Friend Irma. The program was produced in cooperation with the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association of the City of New York and presented adaptations from true criminal records in New York. From the policeman's point of view. Historically, the 21st Precinct had been located near Gramercy Park in Manhattan, but in 1929 the department reorganized the precinct numbering, and the 21st designation was dropped from use. No such precinct existed during the show's run, nor does a 21st exist today. However, the fictional precinct's territory corresponds closely to that of the Upper East Side's 23rd Precinct as it has existed since 1929. Stanley Niss was the producer-writer-director. The role of Precinct Captain Frank Kennelly was played by Everett Sloan for the first 109 episodes and briefly in episode 135. During episode 109, Captain Frank Kennelly was promoted to Deputy Inspector and reassigned out of the 21st Precinct. He was replaced by Captain Cronin James Gregory, 1955-56, and Les Damon, 1956. Other cast regulars were Ken Lynch as Lieutenant Matt King, Harold Stone as Sergeant Waters, Jack Arissa as Sergeant Collins, and Santos Ortega as Lieutenant Gorman. The program's announcer began the program's opening each week. 21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know, if you asked them, that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their persons, their homes, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st. At that point the lead actor would complete the introduction. The 21st Precinct. 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants and 4 lieutenants of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly. Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. Art Hanna, Bob Hill, and Hugh Holder were the program's announcers. The series was produced by John Ives. It was usually directed and written by Stanley Niss. Another source lists Niss as producer. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
And now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Okay, thank you very much. Back here for this Tuesday. Hope you've all had a wonderful time at the warm-up and enjoying the free food that we've passed out here before the show.
World on a string, tied around my finger. Hello, Bob and Ray.
Hi, Wally.
Ray Ballou speaking.
Sure enough.
Hey, have I ever got an idea for a new show?
Yeah?
I don't know why I didn't think of it before this, being a man of the street reporter like I've been. But how do you like this for a title? Have Mike, Will Travel. See, it's a story of a fighting, roving reporter like myself.
Oh, you mean this would be dramatized?
Yeah, and every week would be a different episode. You see, it's based on the old thing, you have trucks and travel.
Oh, yeah. Well,
see, the title alone ought to sell it, hasn't it?
Well, it's a good title, but it's been used, though. Not the mic, but Have Gun Will Travel has been on for a good many years now.
Oh.
See, I think that's probably where you heard it, and, it's working on
didn't realize it,
Right?
Oh, I couldn't use it then.
So you haven't got the world on a string like you thought, Wally.
No, I'm rather dejected now.
You look lugubrious, too.
I do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the way it all bounces, I guess.
See you around, buddy.
Yeah, I got a class at the trainees school anyway.
Okay.
Right.
All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what he was going to say, but I had to close the door.
Thought he had a good idea.
What?
Thought I had a good idea there.
Yeah, no, well, forget it, because...
What?
I said forget it. Okay, we believe you. Anything else you want to say?
No, I guess that's all there is.
To it, I guess you're going to say.
To it.
Okay, all right. Well, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah,
Dr.
Graham is here.
Come up, Doctor.
Continue your talk with him.
Sit down, Doctor. Please don't move the chair, Doctor. Oh, all right, okay.
They seem to be itching.
You noticed that. I noticed those nasty welts on your arm, Doctor. We put you up at the Bob and Ray Hotel overnight.
Yes.
And,
there is an expression for a place like that.
What's that?
Flea bag.
I was afraid you'd say that. Other than that, though, no complaints. The food is...
food was first rate.
Continental, certainly. And everything else is okay. Well, Doctor, the reason, of course, we had you stay was that we could hardly get the cover... Get the... word.
I got him.
Good. We could just about pry the lid off the amazing story that has been taking place in your backyard.
Phone rang all morning.
Where do you live, Doctor?
I lived in Braintree, Massachusetts.
In Braintree. That's a curious name. Do you know how that came about?
An old English name, I think.
Well, let's get back now to the story.
England, I'm told.
Let's get back now to the story that you were telling us yesterday about the Martian. Were they Martians?
That I don't know.
You don't know what?
I only know they were from another planet.
You're not sure they're from another planet?
I know they were from another planet. They said so.
Oh, but they didn't say which
They
planet.
didn't say which, no.
Well, could you describe the ship for us, Dr. Graham, please? Incidentally, are you a physician, Doctor?
No, that's just an honorary title I give myself.
Do you have MD on your license plate?
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that. It's giving yourself a little too much honor.
That's
I don't mean to criticize you, Doctor, but if you're not a legitimate doctor, you shouldn't have the title, nor should you have it on your license plate.
Well, you call me here to
I'm
pick me apart.
No,
that isn't my understanding of my being invited here. Thought I would at least be treated nicely.
Okay, well, let's get back to your story. When did this happen?
This happened October 23rd.
All right. And was that the first time you'd ever seen these ships from another planet?
Yes, it was.
Did you talk to them? What did you say, and what did they say to you, please?
I said, hello. And
what did they say?
They didn't answer in so many words.
Were they armed in any way? They
didn't appear to be, no.
Did they appear to be friendly?
They smiled all the time, and I smiled back.
Did anyone else witness this with you? In other words, do you have someone to support your story? How about your War Department, your wife?
No, the missus wasn't there.
She wasn't?
Oh, I was alone at the time.
Doctor, do you drink at all?
Occasionally, yes.
But only socially?
Yes.
And, well, what would you consider social drinking? Because I'm a little curious about you now.
Well, 7 or 8.
Okay, that does it. Dr. Al Graham.
Come on,
obviously phony.
Well, I think why not?
You better get the end of your license plate, too. That's my advice to you, Doctor.
Oh, man, have we ever been taken in again?
And to think that we gave up that $7 room last night.
Oh, we could have used that. Oh, hired it out.
It certainly gets my goat.
Now,
Hey!
What?
Wait a second. Did you see where that note from Wally Ballou went?
Oh.
I had it here a minute ago.
Oh, this one here, you mean?
Yeah, let's see. It says, if you'll plug the World News Roundup and the World Tonight, my boss says he'll get you on either show if you make news. Signed, affectionately, Wally.
He's still a trainee correspondent for CBS News.
Right.
He said he's going to school tonight.
But I can't think of any news we're about to make that's earth-shaking enough to get us on either of those shows, can you?
Not in the spur of the moment. Besides, everybody listens to him already. Don't see any need to give him a slug.
Well, we might say something brief, but it won't do any harm, and it'll make Wally look good to his boss, you know?
All right, well, how's this? Hear the World News Roundup each morning, the World Tonight each evening on CBS Radio. The best informed people do that very thing.
Well, I think that tells the story. Oh, and, Wally, if you're listening, that spot just cost you 1,700 fish. Right? Right.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of After Hours, the late-night TV show starring Hack Park and myself, Eustace Dove. And now, the star of our show, Hack Park.
Well, hi, and welcome to the little giant of a show we've got going here. I'm sorry if I was a bit late getting out here. Just before the show started, I was backstage trying to find a friend.
I think what Hack meant was he had an actual appointment, you see.
Thank you, dear heart. Well, Eustace, the folks out there sound like a real convention crowd, don't they?
Actually, Hack, very few people know this, but there isn't a convention person in our audience tonight.
Really? Well, then what would you call that man on the first row down there, the one wearing a fez?
Hack, the world is shrinking every day. With the advent of commercial aviation, one can now fly from continent to continent with ease and security. Already,
Oh, they're your people, Eustace. Go.
common stream of the jet airliner hangs over many nations and will one day encompass the world. The people all over this globe of ours still cling to their mores, customs, and modes of dress. So Hack, the gentleman down there in a fez, may very well be an Algerian person.
What a wild guy.
Hack, I've got a long way to go before I can ever come close to. Well, all I can say is, when the great boom mic in the sky is lowered, it'll be in front of your mouth, not mine.
Well, let's hope so, Eustace. It took me a long time to get where I am today, and I wouldn't want any mix-ups. Incidentally, Eustace, have you got the latest ratings on our little shindig?
Hack, you've done it. Ratings show that 100% of the people watching television watch your show.
My show? Come on, Eustace, you're kidding.
I'm sincere about this, Hack.
You mean everybody watches this show?
Well, I mean, a couple of scientists are listening for radio signals from our satellites, but other than that, we've got them all.
Hey, Eustace, you know what really would be great? I got a wild idea here.
I think we'd all like to hear it, Hack.
Well, if I could make this an 8-hour show, say from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, well, with everybody glued to their sets, not going to work, can you imagine the blow this little show of ours could deal the economy of this country? It'd be wild, Eustace.
Oh, but Hack, knowing you...
Oh, I wouldn't do it, or anything like that, dear heart. It was just a wild idea off the top. Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it during this tense period.
Hack, do you think you could do 8 hours a day, 7 days a week? I think you could.
Well, it would mean the discovery of a lot of new talent.
That's right, Hack.
Yes, but I'd have to leave my home too often with a schedule like that. And you know how I hate to leave my home, Eustace. I kid you not.
I know. Well, Hack, you want to do any fruit and vegetable jokes now? The West Coast would be happy if you did. They're leaving us.
Well, don't go away. We'll be back.
Time for a Bob and Ray Lucky phone call, isn't it? Haven't had one this month yet. And our call today goes to Mr. Emerson N. Partee of Snohomish, Washington.
Operator, will you get that, please?
I think the phone will be ringing. It is now. It's ringing.
Hello?
Hello, is this the residence of Mr. Emerson N. Partee of Snohomish, Washington?
Yes, it is.
It's Bob and Ray with another lucky phone call, Mr. Partee.
Hey, Helen? Bob and Ray with a lucky
Mr.
phone.
Partee is telling his wife, I guess, about it.
I don't know what we get. Wait a minute.
Calling from New York City, Mr. Partee.
Oh, wonderful. Gee, we're just delighted.
Were you listening to our show?
No, we weren't. We're just finishing dinner here.
Wonderful. What were you doing while we were calling you?
Finishing dinner.
Uh-huh.
We were just finishing dinner when the phone rang.
Who's there with you, Mr. Partee?
Just Helen and the little fella.
Your wife and family with you?
Yes, they're right here. I just said we finished dinner, and my wife Helen and the little fella are here.
Do you have any children, sir?
Yes, one.
Boy or girl?
It's a boy, little fella. I just
Wonderful.
Said this a second ago. Well, Helen and the little fella are running around in circles here.
Well, I guess they're pretty happy that we singled you out for our Bob and Ray lucky phone call tonight.
And I might say I am too. They want me to ask you what we win.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Partee?
I'm a baker here in Snohomish.
Wonderful. Do they still give baker's dozens in bake shops like
they used to? No, not like they used to. No. No, when you order a dozen now, you just get 12.
Just 12, but I guess that's still legal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
He just asked me if we give baker's dozens.
Well, now, I guess you realize the significance in a lucky phone call from us, the fact that out of millions of phones listed in the various directories we have here in the studio.
Well, the population of America is almost 200 million.
Right.
And when you consider that out of all those people, I don't know how many have telephones, but a good portion of them, to think that you've selected my name. Wow.
He's pretty excited, Ray, telling his wife and the little fellow there. Did you say you had a little boy or a little girl?
I have a little boy. I thought I told you that. Little fella.
Wonderful. And you're a baker.
Well, look, I don't want to keep you on the phone too long, and I want to finish my dinner.
All right.
We have an upside-down cake for dessert, and I love it.
Did you make that at your bake shop?
No, my wife made it at home.
She finds that she still likes to cook at home, even though you could have all of those products from your own shop.
I have a funny feeling that you're not saying, what do we win?
Well, sir, here's what we have for you. In case the Bob and Ray trophy train reaches Snohomish, we are sending you by airmail a coupon good for 10 cents off the regular admission price of $1.65. In other words, you'll be able to get in to see the Bob and Ray trophy train, all of the trophies on it, for $1.55 instead of the usual modest $1.65. So you really are lucky, sir.
Well,
and
getting 10 cents from these.
I hope that we'll
10 cents.
meet up with you sometime in person.
I'd like to meet up with you, say in about 10 minutes, if at all possible.
About all the time we can take on the phone, but thank you, Mr. Partee, for talking with us. I know he was very happy.
Wonderful, Bob. I'm excited, too.
And we'll get a note to send that coupon out?
We will. And we'll have the sound of an unusual creature in just 10 seconds.
All right. Here then is the sound of an unusual creature.
So tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
On the CBS Radio Network.
City Editor's Report next on KNX AM and FM, CBS Radio Los Angeles. Los Angeles.